மிஸ்டர் ஸ்மார்ட் போன் ஆப் இருக்கு, வாங்க டவுன்லோட் மிஸ்டர் ஸ்மார்ட் போன் ஆப்.
சென்னையில் பெட்ரோல் விலை முன்னெப்போதும் இல்லாத அளவில் 1 லிட்டர் 90 ரூபாயை தாண்டியுள்ளது. இன்றைய நிலவரப்படி பெட்ரோல் 1 லிட்டர் 22 காசு விலை உயர்ந்து 90 ரூபாய் 18 காசுக்கு விற்கப்படுகிறது. டீசல் லிட்டருக்கு 28 காசு விலை அதிகரித்து 83 ரூபாய் 18 காசுக்கு விற்பனை செய்யப்படுகிறது. சர்வதேச சந்தையில் கச்சா எண்ணெய் விலை உயர்வே பெட்ரோல் டீசல் விலை உயர காரணமாக கூறப்படுகிறது. ஒரு மாதத்தில் 2 கச்சா ஒரு பீப்பால் சுமார் $5 வரை அதிகரிக்கிறது.
Don't use hashtag propaganda teacher because I'm trying to explain how the economy works in a micro scale, because it has the direct connection with how my savings are about to ruin with this formula, and not just my savings, yours as well. Well, let me explain.
Well, everyone requires some amount of cash in their life for emergency purposes as savings. That emergency may range from medical emergency, investment emergency, lending emergency, recession, and a lot more with immediate and short-term benefits. For example, Corona crisis. In the Corona crisis, many people didn't get their routine income. Many had lost their job, many are still facing recession. Everyone who had been thrown away from their daily routine is now living their life by the amount they saved before. This Corona crisis comes under medical and recession emergency. Now, Corona is out. Not completely, but majorly. People start to get out of their home and most of them were into their regular routine and the routine is getting back to normal. So, if the fuel price has been lower, that means in a considerable affordable price, then the economy would run like low petrol diesel rate, which supports in a lot of transport and touring to reach the destination, where the destination can be classified as market, spots and food stalls. Here, due to the reduced fuel price, everything in the destination will be really low in price due to less transportation cost. So people will have more money to spend. That results in increased expenditure. When the expenditure gets more, stocks get cleared, which in turn induces production to increase so that demand grows. This results in increase in production power plus upgradation to new technologies and new things over time. As the production power plus upgradation keeps on increasing, the cash flow in the economy keeps rotating faster and more. Due to lower cost in almost everything that's available in the economy, there will be more money in hand, which can be considered as surplus money. This surplus money will be used by the people to increase their standard of living through upgraded techniques, new demands. So this requires transportation and again goes through the petrol and diesel, as these has been the only major fuel for transportation of everything. The discussed model is possible only when the petrol diesel rates are lower considerably. So if it has been lower, then the pros that we will get out of it includes: first, increased cash flow; second, reduced inflation. Because due to the high demand and the production strategy that will be copied by many people to compete with the needs of the people, products with cheaper rate get to more people. So that increases the value of the money over the product that people would prefer to buy. So the economy grows with reduced inflation. This results in increased tax generation and increase in quality of the life of people who are living in that society. But unfortunately, we are in another model where increased petrol diesel prices results in higher the amount of transportation cost plus the lower that people will spend in touring. And due to increased transportation cost, the impacts that it will create or increase in raw material prices, thus resulting in increase in the cost of living. If this happens, then money loses its value over time, and that produces inflation. In whatever the age you may be, just go a few years back, how much you can buy for 100 rupees, and just imagine what are all the things you can buy for 100 rupees now. The cost of the products that's available in the market will not remain the same, but 100 rupees is always 100 rupees, even if it is 10 years before or if it is 10 years after. So this keeps on increasing and this remains the same. 10 years to 15 years earlier, this 100 can get a lot of things, but now this 100 get a little bit of things. So the money remains the same, but the amount of products got decreased and the value of the products got increased. This is inflation in short term. Apart from this, the direct impact that it will have in the society, or people will be subjected to limited resources due to increase in cost of raw materials and cost of living. Because when the value of the products keep increasing, the people in that society will eventually be led to fear, where they have to work a lot more to gain some extra money to afford those products. So they will eventually go for lesser products to decrease the tension that could rise in their heads. Due to this, stocks won't move well in the market. So that leads to decreased demands, and as the demand decreases, the production in the economy will sum. If you are a producer and producing furthermore products, neglecting the lesser demand in the society, then you will end up in producing further products that leads to stagnation, because the more you will produce, the more you will stock, because that won't move in the society well, and this part of the economy is called stagnated economy. As the production value sums, new opportunities and the methods won't improve because people will afraid to try out new techniques. So due to lesser tries that people will ready to make, they will eventually end up stocking the money that's been surplus in their hands. This results in decrease in expenditure in the economy, even for putting petrol and diesel for the next cycle that will happen in the society. Maybe due to many environmental factors that has been happening in the world, which affects the current environmental conditions, government is trying to push everyone to switch to other forms of fuel like electric modes of transportation. But due to its slow widespread reach and the poor environmental setup that has been available for the alternative modes of transportation, it will really take time to get implemented in a full scale, and until we reach that point, no one can assure how bad the economy might get. This affects the savings in countries like India through increase in inflation rate and comparably lesser increase in savings percentage, because India is facing inflation at an average of 3.5 to 3.75% per year. For the worst case, for the past year and the year before, inflation rate hit about 4.5 to 4.75%. So this is the percentage of the money losing its value. On the other hand, when you come to savings, it will give an interest of about 3 to 3.25% on average per year, where the inflation rate is about 3.5 to 3.75%. So you will eventually lose a value of about 0.25 to 0.5% per year. If you want to analyze how the money loses its value in real time, just think about one factor, where how much you are getting paid now with how much your father had got paid at your age in his time. If you're getting an average of 25,000 per month, he might have got at an average of rupees 2,500 to 3,500 at his time. But with that 3,500, your dad could have possibly get 1.5 to 2 grams of gold. But with 25,000, you will barely be able to get 1 gram of gold. So if you want to predict how the money loses its value over time, you have to always equate with how much gold you can make with what you have in hand. So that explains why saving for your future is basically a grave digging for yourself. Because when you save a particular amount of money for your future, the amount will eventually lose its value over time. Maybe it looked like it has got its interest and increased from one point to another, but when you consider the value, when you consider how much gold it can acquire at that time you save, with how much gold you can gather at that time you have taking it out, you will be surprised to hear that you had lost more. But these are emergency funds. We all need emergency funds at any point of time. Maybe any types of a recession or any types of natural calamities or whatsoever it may be. But the saving amount that you had for that period should not exceed 1 year of time. And even for that 1 year, your emergency savings should not be of completely cash for that one net year. It should be divided into cash for first 6 months and gold for second 6 months. Because even if the cash lost its value over a period of time, that will be compensated with the value of the gold that got its value increased over time. Inflation, in short, is determined by the imports and exports. If inflation is less, then the country has exported more than it has imported, and it is the similar with vice versa. This is one of the primary reasons why every government is asking their citizens to go for their local products, because the more you import from foreign countries, the more our money will have its value reduced. So that concludes the video version of my write-up. If you save, you are destroying your past and future. The write-up will be live after a few days. The video gets live because it needs some more alteration in the write-up form. So if you are an avid reader who likes to read more than watching videos, I would drop down the links to my blogs in the description. Please check it out. If you like to hear more about finance, psychology and health, stay subscribed, because those are my write-up forms and it will be in the video versions in the playlist as B vlogs. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Stay subscribed. We'll meet in the next video. See you.